PRISM gives the NSA direct access to everything. This theory claims the NSA collects emails, search histories, and live chats from 9 major tech companies without individual warrants. Edward Snowden leaked classified presentation slides confirming the program in June 2013. Google, Apple, and Facebook all appear on the leaked list. The data collection operates under Section 702 of the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act. Analysts query the system using selectors like email addresses, phone numbers, and usernames. No judge reviews individual searches. Former intelligence officials confirm the system processes millions of internet communications daily. The collected data feeds into secondary programs across 16 intelligence agencies. Declassified documents reveal the program began operating in 2007 under a secret court order. PRISM turns every online interaction into a searchable government record. The Five Eyes Alliance shares everything. This theory claims 5 English-speaking nations operate a surveillance network that pools intercepted communications across borders to bypass domestic privacy laws. The United States, United Kingdom, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand form the core membership. The alliance traces back to the UK-USA agreement signed in 1946. Each nation covers a geographic zone, dividing the planet into surveillance sectors. Citizens of one country get monitored by another, then the data gets shared back. Declassified documents confirm the arrangement allows agencies to circumvent their own constitutional protections. Former agents claim the system intercepts phone calls, emails, and financial transactions on a massive scale. The alliance operates with no public oversight or legislative review. Five Eyes turns allied nations into a single borderless surveillance state. By the way, if you guys want to subscribe, I'm going to start posting a lot here, thanks. Anyways, Room 641A is the NSA's internet window. This theory claims AT&T built a hidden room in San Francisco that copies all internet traffic to the National Security Agency. Whistleblower Mark Klein discovered the room in 2006 while working as an AT&T technician. The room contains a fiber optic splitter duplicating every data packet through the building. Similar rooms exist in facilities across Seattle, San Jose, and Los Angeles. The equipment handles voice calls, emails, and web browsing data simultaneously. Klein provided technical documents, floor plans, and photographs to the Electronic Frontier Foundation. A federal lawsuit confirmed the program but granted AT&T retroactive legal immunity. The splitter copies data indiscriminately, capturing domestic and international traffic alike. Room 641A proves surveillance infrastructure hides in plain sight. Stingray devices turn cell phones into tracking beacons. This theory claims law enforcement deploys fake cell towers that trick phones into revealing their location, call data, and text messages. The devices mimic legitimate towers, forcing all nearby phones to transmit identifying information. Police departments in at least 75 cities use stingrays during routine investigations. The technology originates from Harris Corporation, a military defense contractor. Agencies sign non-disclosure agreements, preventing them from revealing stingray use even to judges. A single deployment captures data from thousands of innocent bystanders too. Declassified procurement records reveal federal funding covers most local purchases. Courts dismiss cases rather than allow officers to testify about the technology. Stingrays turn the phone in every pocket into an involuntary government informant. X-Keyscore is the NSA's private search engine. This theory claims the NSA operates a system that searches virtually all internet activity in real time, including emails, chats, and browsing history. Edward Snowden described X-Keyscore as the widest-reaching surveillance tool in the agency's arsenal. Analysts access the system through a simple interface like a Google for private data. No prior authorization is required to begin a search. Training slides confirm the program indexes content from over 700 servers across 150 global sites. The system captures web forms, documents, usernames, and passwords. A single query returns the complete online activity of any targeted individual. Former analysts claim the tool enables monitoring of anyone with an email address. X-Keyscore transforms the entire internet into a searchable intelligence database. Pegasus turns any smartphone into a pocket spy. This theory claims the NSO Group sells military-grade spyware to governments that converts phones into 24-hour surveillance devices. The software installs through zero-click exploits, requiring no action from the victim. Once active, Pegasus accesses cameras, microphones, messages, and location data. Leaked records reveal over 50,000 phone numbers selected for potential targeting. Targets include journalists, activists, lawyers, and heads of state. French President Emmanuel Macron's number appeared on the targeting list. The spyware leaves almost no trace on infected devices. Citizen Lab identified Pegasus deployments across 45 countries. Even encrypted apps like Signal provide no protection against it. The spyware market treats privacy as a product for the highest bidder. Echelon intercepts communications across the entire planet. This theory claims the Five Eyes Alliance operates a global signals interception network, capturing phone calls, faxes, and emails from satellite transmissions. The system uses ground stations in Menwith Hill in England, Pine Gap in Australia, and Yakima in Washington state. Each station targets different satellite networks covering specific geographic regions. The European Parliament confirmed Echelon's existence in a 2001 investigation. The system uses keyword filters, voice recognition, and pattern analysis to flag communications of interest. Echelon predates the Internet, operating since the Cold War era. Former NSA analyst Margaret Newsham provided early testimony about the program's capabilities. Corporations like Airbus claimed Echelon was used for economic espionage too. Echelon treats every satellite transmission as open intelligence. The NSA builds backdoors into encryption standards. This theory claims intelligence agencies deliberately weaken the cryptographic systems protecting online banking, messaging, and private communication. The dual ECD-RBG random number generator contained a flaw functioning as a hidden access point. The National Institute of Standards published the compromise standard in 2006 with NSA input. RSA Security received $10 million to make the weakened algorithm its default. Snowden documents confirm the NSA spends $250 million annually on Bull Run, program to defeat encryption. The agency pressures companies, inserts vulnerabilities, and exploits implementation flaws. Former officials claim these backdoors create risks foreign adversaries eventually discover. Even encryption designed for security carries built-in government access. The lock on every digital door comes with a master key. The CIA turned smart TVs into listening devices. This theory claims a CIA program called Weeping Angel converts Samsung televisions into covert microphones that record conversations even when the screen appears off. WikiLeaks published technical details in the Vault 7 leak of 2017. The hack places the television in fake-off mode where the screen goes dark, but the microphone stays active. Audio transmits to a CIA server over the home Wi-Fi network. The program was developed jointly with MI5, British Domestic Intelligence. Agents require physical USB access to install the malware. Declassified documents reveal the CIA explored similar exploits for other smart home devices too. The average living room contains more surveillance potential than a Cold War embassy. Privacy disappears the moment the television powers on. Intelligence agencies monitor every social media platform. This theory claims the DHS, FBI, and CIA operate programs that track, collect, and analyze public social media posts in real time across all major platforms. The DHS maintains a media monitoring capability, cataloging conversations related to national security topics. Immigration officers review applicants' social media accounts as standard procedure since 2019. The FBI uses Babel Street to map relationships between accounts and identify pseudonymous users. Private contractors like Palantir build analytics dashboards, processing millions of posts per hour. Whistleblowers point out the systems flag political speech and protest coordination alongside genuine threats. A single post can trigger placement on a government watch list. Even deleted content persists in federal databases indefinitely. Social media profiles function as voluntary dossiers assembled for the surveillance state. Automatic plate readers track every car on the road. This theory claims cameras on police cars, overpasses, and parking structures record every vehicle's location and store the data for years. The DEA operates a national database containing billions of plate scans with timestamps and GPS coordinates. Private companies like Vigilant Solutions sell plate reader data to agencies across the country. A single cruiser scans up to 1,800 plates per minute. The records create a detailed movement history mapping daily routines, stops, and travel patterns. No warrant is required to access plate reader data. Former agents claim the system enables retroactive surveillance, tracking vehicles months after the fact. Even parked cars near protest sites get logged and flagged. Every road becomes a checkpoint in a hidden tracking grid. Facial recognition identifies anyone from a single photograph. This theory claims law enforcement uses Clearview AI, a company that scraped over 3 billion photos from social media to build the largest facial recognition database in history. Officers upload a photo and receive matching identities within seconds. The FBI, police departments, and immigration and customs enforcement all hold active contracts. The system matches faces from surveillance footage, protest photos, and social media images. No consent or notification is given to people in the database. Clearview founder Hoan Ton That admitted the company scraped photos from Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn without permission. Multiple countries have issued fines and bans against the technology. Even sunglasses or masks only reduce accuracy rather than eliminate matching. Anonymity in public spaces no longer exists. The government collects every phone call's metadata. This theory claims the NSA records the number, duration, time, and location of every domestic call without listening to conversations. Section 215 of the Patriot Act authorized bulk collection from carriers like Verizon, AT&T, and Sprint. The program ran over a decade before Snowden exposed it in 2013. A single day of metadata reveals who someone calls, how often, and from where. Analysts use pattern analysis to map social networks and predict behavior from metadata alone. Former NSA Director Michael Hayden stated the government kills people based on metadata. The FISA court approved every collection request in secret proceedings. Even a short call log reveals relationships, habits, and daily movements. Metadata paints a more complete portrait than the content of calls themselves. Every bank transaction passes through intelligence filters. This theory claims the CIA and Treasury Department access the SWIFT financial messaging system to monitor international transfers across 11,000 banks in over 200 countries. The terrorist finance tracking program began after September 11th and continues with minimal public oversight. Analysts search transactions by name, account number, amount, and geographic origin. The program captures wire transfers, trade finance, and securities transactions in bulk. European authorities discovered the surveillance in 2006, initially protested, then signed data-sharing agreements. Former officials claim the system tracks political figures, journalists, and activists too. Banks comply with requests under sealed court orders they cannot disclose to customers. Even routine transfers between allied nations pass through American surveillance checkpoints. Financial privacy exists only for those who operate entirely in cash. Spy satellites photograph every inch of the planet. This theory claims the National Reconnaissance Office operates orbital surveillance platforms capable of imaging objects as small as 10 centimeters from space. The NRO's budget exceeds the CIA's, yet remained classified until 1992. Current satellites capture infrared, radar, and optical imagery through cloud cover and at night. Donald Trump accidentally confirmed resolution capabilities by tweeting a classified image of an Iranian launch site in 2019. Commercial companies like Maxar now sell similar imagery to any government willing to pay. The satellites orbit every 90 minutes, revisiting locations multiple times daily. Declassified documents reveal satellite surveillance dates back to the Corona missions of 1960. Even remote locations far from any camera remain visible from orbit. The sky watches back with permanent, unblinking precision. Smart speakers listen to far more than voice commands. This theory claims devices like Amazon Echo and Google Home retain household recordings and share audio data with intelligence agencies upon request. Amazon employs thousands of workers reviewing Alexa recordings, confirming human ears process private conversations. The devices activate on sounds resembling wake words, capturing unintended audio hundreds of times daily. Law enforcement subpoenas, smart speaker recordings in murder investigations and domestic disputes. Amazon transparency reports show steadily increasing government data requests each year. Ring doorbell footage integrates with police surveillance networks across over 2,000 jurisdictions. Former employees describe recordings capturing arguments, medical discussions, and intimate moments. Even stored voice prints can identify individual household members. Smart speakers transform every home into a wired environment monitored at corporate and government discretion. GCHQ taps undersea cables carrying the world's internet. This theory claims British intelligence runs a program called Tempora that intercepts data flowing through fiber optic cables where they surface on British soil. The program stores content for 3 days and metadata for 30 days in buffer databases. Over 200 cables land in the United Kingdom, carrying data between Europe, North America, and Asia. GCHQ shares the intercepted data with the NSA under Five Eyes agreements. Snowden documents confirm Tempora processes 21 petabytes daily, dwarfing NSA collection capacity. The legal framework authorizing Tempora receives no parliamentary debate or public scrutiny. Analysts search the buffered data using keywords, selectors, and pattern matching. The ocean floor carries global conversations through cables intelligence agencies control. Digital communication travels through a surveillance checkpoint before reaching its destination. Browser fingerprinting tracks users without any cookies. This theory claims intelligence agencies identify individuals through unique combinations of browser settings, installed fonts, screen resolution, and hardware configurations. The Electronic Frontier Foundation's Panopticlick project found 83% of browsers produce a unique fingerprint. The technique survives clearing cookies, switching accounts, and using private browsing modes. Government agencies purchase fingerprinting data from commercial brokers, collecting it through advertising networks. A single fingerprint links activity across sites, sessions, and devices. The method tracks users on Tor and VPN connections by identifying the browser configuration. Former contractors confirm fingerprinting supplements traditional surveillance in tracking targets online. Even changing browsers creates a new fingerprint. Algorithms link to previous ones. Online anonymity is an illusion shaped by the gap between user assumptions and tracking reality. Cities operate camera networks watching every public space. This theory claims municipalities work with federal agencies to build interconnected surveillance systems monitoring streets, transit, and gatherings in real time. London operates over 700,000 cameras, one of the most surveilled cities on Earth. The average Londoner appears on camera roughly 300 times per day. New York's domain awareness system links 18,000 cameras with plate readers and facial recognition. Chicago's network feeds into a predictive policing program flagging individuals before crimes occur. Declassified documents reveal the DHS funds local camera expansion through anti-terrorism grants. Footage streams to fusion centers where federal, state, and local analysts work side by side. Even small towns now receive federal funding to install camera infrastructure. Public spaces now function as permanent open-air intelligence collection environments. DNA databases make genetic privacy impossible. This theory claims law enforcement accesses commercial genealogy databases like 23 and Me and Ancestry to identify suspects and family lineages without warrants. The Golden State Killer was caught in 2018 after investigators uploaded crime scene DNA to GED match and traced family connections. The technique works because one relative's sample exposes genetic data of hundreds